Have you ever been absolutely certain about a memory, only to find out you remembered it wrong? Maybe you swear you saw something in a movie that never existed, or recall a famous name spelled one way, but history says it was always spelled another. This unsettling experience has a name: the Mandela Effect. It began in the early 2000s, when thousands of people around the world confidently recalled Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. People remembered watching news coverage, emotional funerals, even speeches from world leaders. Yet in reality, Mandela was released in 1990, went on to win the Nobel Peace Prize, and lived until 2013. How could so many unrelated people share the same false memory? From there, more examples poured in. One of the most famous involves children's books. Millions remember the furry family as the Berenstain Bears, spelled with an E-I-N. But every copy ever printed says Berenstain, with an A-I-N. Did we all misread it? Or did something change along the way? Then there's the mysterious movie that never was. Countless people vividly recall a 1990s comedy called Shazam, starring Sinbad as a genie. People describe the VHS cover, the costumes, even entire scenes. Yet the movie never existed. Sinbad himself confirmed he never played a genie, and still thousands remain convinced they saw it. Logos and brands spark endless debates. Many swear Kit Kat once had a dash between Kit and Kat. Others are certain Fruit of the Loom's logo had a cornucopia basket behind the fruit. But it never did. The Monopoly Man? People insist he wore a monocle. He never has. And C-3PO from Star Wars? Fans across the world remember him being fully gold, but in the original trilogy one of his legs is silver. Even famous lines from movies are misremembered. Ask most people to quote Darth Vader, and they'll say, "Luke, I am your father." But the line is actually, "No, I am your father." In Snow White, people recall, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." But the Queen says, "Magic mirror on the wall." In Forrest Gump, many hear, "Life is like a box of chocolates." But he actually says, "Life was like a box of chocolates." Each time, our collective memory drifts from the truth. There are even more. Jif peanut butter has always been Jif, yet many remember Jiffy. Oscar Mayer hot dogs? People swear it was Meyer spelled with an E. The Queen's song, "We Are the Champions." Listeners are convinced the anthem ends with "of the world," but the original recording doesn't. The Mona Lisa? Some claim her smile has changed over time, becoming more obvious than they remembered. Even Curious George, people insist he had a tail, but he never did. And Pikachu? Many swear his tail had a black tip, but it's always been yellow. So, what's going on? Psychologists argue the Mandela Effect reveals something fundamental about memory. Our brains are not video cameras. They don't record exact footage of our lives. Instead, memory is reconstructive. Each time we recall something, we rebuild it, like assembling a puzzle. If a piece is missing, the brain fills it in with what feels familiar. That's why Stein seems natural, why we expect a rhyming mirror, mirror, why the Monopoly Man should have a monocle. Our minds correct reality into patterns we recognize. This process is called confabulation, unintentionally fabricating details when memory gaps appear. It happens without our awareness. Add to that the misinformation effect. When someone around us recalls something confidently, we often adopt their version as our own. In groups, false memories synchronize, and in the Internet age, that process explodes. A viral Reddit thread or TikTok can instantly trigger thousands of people to say, "Wait, I thought that too." But psychology isn't the only explanation. Some believe the Mandela Effect is evidence of parallel universes. In another timeline, they say, Mandela really did die in prison. The Berenstain spelling was correct. and Shazam really was filmed. Somehow, fragments of that reality bleed into ours. Others push the simulation argument. If we live in a coded reality, then details may be patched or rewritten, leaving ghost memories of earlier versions. Like a video game update where some players remember the old code, there's also Carl Jung's idea of the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of human thought. Could false memories spread not just socially, but through some deeper psychic network? It sounds mystical, but it highlights how memory is shaped not just individually, but collectively. What's clear is that confidence doesn't equal accuracy. In fact, research shows the more confident someone feels about a memory, the less likely they are to verify it. This has serious consequences. In courtrooms, eyewitnesses describe faces, voices, and events with absolute certainty, only to be proven wrong by video evidence. False memories aren't just internet fun, they can alter lives. So, what does the Mandela Effect really teach us? That our minds are powerful but fragile. That memory is not a fixed photograph, but a story, rewritten each time we tell it. And sometimes, thousands of those rewrites align, creating eerie illusions of alternate realities. Here's my question for you. Have you ever experienced the Mandela Effect yourself? Do you remember Berenstein with an E or Berenstain with an A? Did you picture Pikachu with a black-tipped tail or Curious George with a tail he never had? Which false memory has shocked you the most? Share your story in the comments. I'll be reading them. If you enjoyed this exploration, subscribe to The Curiosity Vault, because every day we unlock another hidden story of the world. Until next time, stay curious.